Yes, on the floor.
Oh, that's a really hard question. I know, like, everybody always says that. Oh, I can't choose. It's like my kid.
No, you can't choose. You can't choose.
You can choose?
No.
Oh.
I mean, I really like Roy Mustang, and that seems to be an easy answer to give. But I don't know if he'd be my favorite of all time.
I know.
I really like playing Thor.
We've had, like, over a decade of characters. That's pretty crazy. Oh my gosh. I'm getting old.
We forget about some of the characters that we play too, like Blue Gender was awesome.
Blue Gender was awesome.
That's what I just said.
Yeah. Topher was really dear to my heart. Shin-chan was a freaking blast.
Oh, yeah.
I love voicing Saints Row just because it's absurd.
If you guys have a chance, go pick up Saints Row. It's the funniest game of the year, if not of the last few years. Mori was fun. He said nothing at all. Conda was mean to Todd Haverhorn, which is fun. Mustang was awesome.
We're not saying our favorites. That's just,
Yeah.
we're just naming characters now.
Naruto's a fun show. It could be like 9 different people.
That's true.
For everybody's like 6 people. Jugo's at 2, blah, blah, blah. Yes, right there.
Out of all the characters that you've voiced, which would you say was the most difficult for you to like get into character? Like most straining in your voice, or like you had to alter it the most?
For me, it's the deeper, more yelling characters. If they're like enraged or if they have alien tones, they're like, we want this to not sound human at all. You're like, oh god, really? Okay.
Was it aliens that you came away from? Like dead from every session?
Halo 4. Oh, Transformers too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was a rogue Decepticon, and I thought he would just be like mean and deep, and they're like, no, we needed more, real scary. Like, it's scary. You go a little bit more. So every line just sounds like this. That sounds great. Autobots must die. Turn steel. 4 hours.
Mine is like the girl equivalent of that, which is like doing a little boy, really high, raspy sort of voice. Which I said earlier, but Momo Chow and Sonic was like my most painful voice that I don't know why I even auditioned, because when I auditioned for it, I kind of strained my throat and was like in pain in our booth at home.
You came out and were like, I really don't.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, and I sent in the audition anyway, even though I was like in pain from it, and ended up getting cast in that, and I had to do it for like 8 hours. No!
And it's like, I mean, this is probably about what it is, but to do this, and then he's like, announcing all the races, so everything he does, and I was like, oh man, shut up, please.
Yeah, when you have the sessions, we come home and then it's just a game of charades. It's like,
You want beef jerky mixed with coffee? I don't know.
yeah, that's close enough. Beef jerky mixed with coffee. What a delight. Ooh, yeah.
So many.
Some of the legends.
So like actually get to record with?
Oh, wow, that's fun. 1 or 2. I would say, like a Billy West.
Oh yeah. That'd be
Or,
awesome. I still haven't gotten to record with D. Bradley Baker.
I have.
Jealous.
Who else? Recorded with Jeff Maggio. Mark Hamill.
Jen Hill, who's always been one of my favorites, and I finally get to work with her.
Nolan
which is awesome.
North. If Noah Blondie's still alive, that would be the number 1 easily. Maybe like Seth MacFarlane, just to see what that room would be like.
Yeah, I would be interested to see that.
There'd be no work done ever. Just laughter.
Just stare.
Yeah, good question. Yes.
Do you guys prefer working in video games or
That's tough.
It depends on the context.
The fun thing about video games now is that in addition to voiceover, we get to do a lot of performance capture. So it's a really involving sort of process, you know, as opposed to being in a booth where, you know, getting to talk about character development and, you know, we're acting out the scenes in terribly unattractive outfits. You know, and so there's just that's really cool, but at the same time, I mean, animation, you get to do so many things that you wouldn't be able to do. You know, like I can play a little boy, or I can play like a sultry, blessed like vixen. I would never be able to play that.
And you don't really get to be in a group, so it's like literally playtime.
Yeah.
If you're doing Adventure Time, regular show, or Avengers, or Monster High, or whatever, you get to see all these people that you know doing ridiculous voices, and they usually have to do something physically ridiculous as well to get them to manifest. In Avengers, we always make fun of each other because we all strike different
Avengery
body postures while we're recording. Like Fred Tatasciore plays the Hulk, and he swipes and stomps on either side of the microphone.
Every time he records, he literally as a Hulk in this position.
Crazy.
So awesome.
Troy Baker's always kind of like doing his, you know.
He looks like he's holding a cigarette.
Roger Craig Smith, who's like 5, what do you say, he's like 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah,
He's, he has to be Captain America, so his hands are always on his hips when he's talking. Soldier.
The best one I ever saw was when we were recording Space Chimps 2, and I was working with Yuri Lowenthal, and he was having to do this really high voice, and for some reason, he kept standing on his tiptoes and like grabbing his butt every time we did like a high line. I never told him I saw him do that, and he just like grabbed his butt every time he was saying it.
Sabbath busted me grabbing my stomach once because we were like screaming as monsters or whatever, and I had my hand under her shirt like pushing the air out of my chest. He's like, "Are you touching yourself?" No. Yes. Maybe a little.
I used to come away from Negama sessions as Evangeline, and I couldn't figure out why my wrists always hurt after an Evangeline session. I couldn't figure it out, and I don't know why. For that specific character, I would record holding my wrist, squeezing so hard. I don't know, and so like this wrist would be like bruised by the end of the session. I don't know why.
So your current boyfriend at the time probably got in a lot of trouble. Like,
I think you might have been my boyfriend at the time, Fred.
wasn't me. My fault. Questions? Yes.
No.
No rest.
No.
Nope.
No.
Oh, favorite antagonist. I love Vegeta. Vegeta is my all-time favorite villain in that show. I know he turned into a hero later, but he was the best villain.
And he still is like a villainous hero.
Yeah, constantly.
Yeah,
He
that's
doesn't
right.
have to be right.
Vegeta's the coolest character.
And you had a question? GPS voice.
Oh man, that's hard. Do you want somebody that would be calming and actually get you where you need to go, or somebody that would make you laugh?
Turn left. Exit now.
Like how terrible it would be to have Shane as your GPS voice. Go left! Just kidding. Stop right now!
Maybe turn. Up too late.
I hate those kind of GPSs.
If you were the voice of my GPS,
Yeah.
I would have you do, it would be Shin.
It would be Shane, you wouldn't want to be like,
I like the
us
way-
as your GPS
Because when we watch True Blood, and I always ask Laura to sing the True Blood opening theme song.
We had one episode of Shin Chan where it was like a True Blood. I don't know what the actual episode was supposed to be about, but we turned it into a True Blood parody. And so we had a guy playing like a Bill Compton sort of grandpa character. And Shin was like walking down the hall singing the True Blood theme song. And at the time I hadn't even watched the show, so I had to like watch the opening credits just to learn the song so I could sing. But yeah, now I have to sing it every time we watch an episode.
I want to do real bad things with you. Oh, that's my favorite. Yes.
What is your favorite book out of the classes?
The classics? I love Pride and Prejudice. Is that one of the classics? I mean, it's a classic. That counts. What about you?
I like Abraham Lincoln Vampire.
I did read Sense and Sensibility and Sea Monsters. That's really good.
I bet it is.
Yeah. It's impressive how they interjected.
Yeah. Pick one.
Oh, the blue shirt right here.
There are a lot of things.
The Roger vomiting was pretty great.
It was pretty great. I love Aaron Dismuke's story about falling over and getting pinned against the wall. What else? Have you ever smacked a microphone, broken a microphone?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think I broke it, but they made the mistake when I was recording Blood Rain. I don't know why they thought it would help me. They gave me an actual sword, a whole different move, and they were like, when you're doing your battle reactions, you can swing this, and it'll sound like you're really making like an effort. I'm like, okay, and it was the first video game I ever did, so I was like, I guess in video games you have to like hold things as you make efforts. And I did, and I swung it, and I just hit the mic stand and knocked it over. They were like, not anymore. How about you just do it with your voice?
I forgot this happened last week. We were down at a studio in Los Angeles auditioning for a video game, and J.B. Blanc is a fantastic actor and friend of ours. He's like I think he was born in France, but an English citizen, or vice versa.
He's a
Crazy multicultural European genius, and he was in there auditioning for a role, and I came into the studio but hid behind the desk with the director, who was Chris Zimmerman, and he was doing this 1950s radio announcer and doing this broadcast, and it's this long monologue that you have to audition for and talk about the news. And I was going to like open the door and crawl in and try and scare him, but it wasn't going to work that well. She goes, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I want to scare JB." Wait. When he finishes, tell him to do another take, but tell him to act like there's mustard gas in the room and he's choking and they're like attacking the news booth. And she was like, okay. And he finishes and she goes, "Oh, JB, I'm so sorry. You know what? This scene, the news booth is actually under attack. It's like near the end of the game. So can you do one again where you're kind of just like choking on poisonous gas?" He was like, "What?" She was, "Yeah, it's just in the script. We just need the alternate take for it. Whenever you're ready." He was like, like I heard him. Jeez. "Here is 1921. The news is the Nazis are coming." And I am dying on the floor because it's not part of the audition at all. There's no reason for him to be doing it. He's trying so hard. "They're coming now through the door. We won't be here much longer." And I opened the door. I was like, "No, you will be." He was so pissed.
Thanks for ruining that.
We messed with each other.